Hey y'all, it's Kaylin, and welcome to Tales from the Thicket. October 2019, a U.S. military infrared sensor somewhere over the Persian Gulf locked onto something. 3 objects moving together for 17 minutes and 36 seconds. The government just told us about it. If you followed me here from the Real or Rubbish short, you already know the setup. If you're brand new to the Thicket, welcome. We follow evidence here, and we don't accept half answers. If that sounds like your kind of channel, hit subscribe and come walk with us. The Thicket Walkers are good people. Now, let's talk about what the Pentagon saw. The Persian Gulf, October 2019. The United States military has maintained a presence in this region for decades. Surveillance, reconnaissance, and monitoring are constant operations here. This isn't a dark road in rural Texas. This is one of the most watched pieces of airspace on the planet. CENTCOM, U.S. Central Command, oversees military operations across the Middle East. Their equipment is calibrated, their sensors are verified, their footage doesn't just accidentally end up in classified networks. And yet, in October 2019, someone uploaded footage to a classified network. No name attached, no explanation filed. Just the footage, and 17 minutes of something nobody could identify. That is where our story starts. Let's talk about what was actually captured. U.S. military infrared sensor footage, October 2019, Persian Gulf, designated PRO-98. At first glance, one blur moving across the frame, and then watch. 3 distinct objects moving as one formation for 17 minutes and 36 seconds. Now, some of your Thicket Walkers had theories in the comments. One said drones, another one said birds, and honestly, those aren't bad instincts. Let's actually look at why that footage makes both of those answers really complicated. Birds don't maintain formation for 17 minutes over open water on infrared sensors. And drones, military grade or otherwise, would have been the first thing CENTCOM identified. This is their airspace. They know what their own equipment looks like. They didn't identify anything. On May 22, 2026, the Department of War released this footage publicly under a program called Pursue, their official UAP declassification initiative. This was their second declassification release. We pulled footage from both releases for this case file, and we'll be watching for whatever comes next. And here's where it gets interesting. PRO-98 wasn't the only thing in that release. Same drop included a 4-object formation near Iran from 2022, a high-speed object over Syria in 2021, the Lake Huron F-16 shootdown from 2023, and recordings from Apollo missions. Wait, what? Yeah, that's not a slow Tuesday at the filing cabinet. That's a significant release. This isn't a single story, it's a series, and we're opening them one at a time. But the one that stopped me was PRO-98. Because of what the government's own investigators said when they reviewed it, or more accurately, what they couldn't say. So, the government's own UAP office, RO, reviewed this footage, calibrated military equipment, verified sensor data, 17 minutes of unidentified objects moving in a formation over one of the most monitored airspaces on Earth. Their verdict? Not extraterrestrial. Okay, fine. I'll take that. But here's where I need you to stay with me. They did not identify drones. They did not identify weather phenomena. They did not identify any conventional explanation. They simply said, "Not aliens," and then essentially filed it under, "We don't know," and moved on. There's something else. The chain of custody on this footage was flagged by RO themselves. The video was uploaded to a classified network in October 2019 by an unknown user. No name, no filing explanation, no paperwork trail. So, we have unidentified objects, an unidentified uploader, and a government office that gave us half an answer. In what world is that a closed case? Okay, so if RO won't tell us what it is, let's at least look at what it could be. Theory 1. Sensor artifact. An atmospheric distortion? A lens anomaly? Something that fooled the infrared system? That's the most boring explanation, and probably the one RO was implying without actually saying. Except 17 minutes and 36 seconds is a long time for a sensor to lie to you. Theory 2. Foreign military technology. We're in the Persian Gulf. Iran is right there. China has been advancing its drone programs faster than any intelligence agency expected. If a regional adversary was testing something they didn't want identified, that airspace is exactly where you'd run it. Except, CENTCOM didn't flag it as foreign military hardware, and that matters because that's literally their job. Theory 3. U.S. classified program. There's a documented history of UAP sightings that turned out to be black budget programs. Things nobody in the left hand knew the right hand was running. An anonymous upload, no paperwork trail. That chain of custody problem could fit that story. I'm not saying that's what it was, but I am saying it would explain a lot of the silence. Theory 4. RO said not extraterrestrial. They said it with a lot of confidence for a department that also said they don't know what it is. You can't rule out what you can't explain. That's not how logic works. That's not how science works. And that doesn't sit right. Here's where I land on this one. Nobody has called this footage fake. Nobody has called it rubbish. Not RO, not CENTCOM, not a single person with access to verified military sensors. But here's what's been sitting with me. They told us what it isn't. Not extraterrestrial. Okay, but what about drones, balloons, weather phenomenon? Why does the list of ruled out explanations start and stop at the most dramatic option? You skipped every conventional answer and went straight to aliens. That's not investigation, that's deflection. If it's not from somewhere else, then what is it? Because that question is still wide open. PRO 98 is one case. There are 4 more in that drop, and we're going to open them all. Here's the thing about this case that keeps me up at night. This wasn't a blurry photograph from 1987. This wasn't a campfire story passed down through generations. This was military-grade infrared sensor footage reviewed by the government's own investigators, and the best they could offer was a partial ruling. Pursue is ongoing. 5 cases in this release alone. We just opened the first one. Next time, we're going to talk about Lake Huron, 2023. An F-16 fired its weapons at something nobody has officially explained. This case isn't closed. It's just Pursue Files, Case 1 and 2. And we'll be watching. If this case has you asking questions, good. That's exactly where we want to be. Drop your theories in the comments. I read every single one. And if you haven't already, subscribe and join the Thicket Walkers. We'll save a spot for you by the campfire. Did you find the Easter egg? Drop it in the comments and get a shout out. Keep your lanterns lit and your eyes on the skies.